Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Kat, and today we are going to be in the kitchen again. So I occasionally get in these moods where all I want to do is bake. And I don't want to necessarily bake for my husband and I because we will eat all of it in a couple days. So I spend a lot of time baking for our dogs and my clients' dogs. So today we are going to be making carob chip cookies. So these are basically oat chocolate chip cookies, but without chocolate chips. Carob chips are a type of chocolate chip that dogs can have, and they are also vegan friendly. Now I make these cookies for our dogs, and then I modify the recipe, and I do add a little bit of honey and a little bit of vanilla to sweeten it up a little bit for my husband and I. And I also add actual chocolate chips for my husband and I. So I like this recipe because these cookies are kind of soft and chewy, and they last about a week and a half to 2 weeks in the refrigerator in a sealed container. The dogs absolutely love them, and the modified recipe my husband absolutely loves. So let's go ahead and I will show you how I make them. This is the recipe that I'm going to be using. I will put a link for this book in the description. This is the book that I get most of my treat recipes from. I've had this since I was a small child. I originally got it from Barnes & Noble. See. So this is what we are going to make today. First, I'm going to be making my oat flour. So I just use oats and put them in the food processor until they are smooth. And then I start with 3 cups of that oat flour. Now I did forget to actually press play when I was making the dog's version of this. So this is the people version. Make sure that for the dog version that you are not adding real chocolate chips. You are using carob chips, or completely skipping chips altogether. Next, I am going to be adding the peanut butter. The recipe calls for half of a cup of peanut butter. I usually just eyeball it. You can use a little bit more or a little bit less depending on your preference or your dog's preference. I found that every time I make these cookies, you do not have to be very precise at all. They turn out perfect every time. They're always soft and smushy, and the dogs love them. For the liquid, we add 1 cup of water. And for the people version, I add about a tablespoon of vanilla. Of course, I eyeball it because that's what I do when I make cookies like this. And then I will add honey for the dog version, and cinnamon because I always add cinnamon to our cookies, just because we love the flavor of cinnamon and chocolate together. So for the people version, I add the chocolate chips. I add 1 egg, which is all you need for this recipe, whether you're making it for the dogs or for yourself. And then, again, eyeball those chocolate chips, or if they're for your dog, the carob chips. I bought my carob chips from one of our distributors when we owned our restaurant. You can find them on Amazon. I will find some for you and put them in the link in the description box below, so it's easier for you to find. Now, I did record actually making the cookies themselves, the formed cookies, so this is the dog version of them, that you can make them any size you want. I made some regular sized cookies and some smaller ones for our smaller dogs. Usually I will split 1 cookie between the 4 little dogs. Right now we have 3 foster dogs that are between 20 pounds and 40 pounds, so I made some bigger cookies this time around so that they have something yummy to eat. Usually they get those every morning or every night, usually whenever they go in their kennels if needed. They absolutely love them. And they do not spread at all, so the size that they are when you put them on the sheet is the size they're going to be when you take them out of the oven. Now, I put these in the oven for about 10 minutes to start, and then because our oven is a little bit older, I always switch shelves when I'm baking because it doesn't cook very evenly. So then I will switch them and put them in for another about 10 to 12 minutes. I think I set my timer for another 10 minutes. And then I go ahead and check them. Also, make sure you are setting your oven at 350. I completely forgot to tell you that. But every time I bake, that's what I set it at. That's kind of the rule for baking, I guess. But these always turn out fantastic. The dogs absolutely love them. Let me know if you make them and what you add to them, or if you like them. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.